Hi, my name is Mark Keene. I'm here to show you our latest sluice box design. This is called the A52F folding sluice box. We had it several years ago and it was very successful, but we had built it in a plastic construction and we had some long-term reliability issues. We pulled it off the market. But the riffle was very successful. So I'm going to give you kind of a quick description on how to assemble it, disassemble it, and give you some of the finer features of it. One of the things I like about the new system is that, again, it's a very robust, strong sluice box, but it's a really compact unit. You can see it folds up, and I think we're probably about 25 inches in length, and we are at the widest point probably about 18 inches, and we're looking about probably 7.5 inches tall. So it's a really nice, compact fold-down sluice. This makes it ideal to put in a backpack or in an RV or in the back of your car so you don't tie up too much space. When it's all assembled, it's a pretty big, long sluice box. It's about 59 inches long, it's about 10 inches wide in the main body, and about 18 inches wide. This is the new riffle design we're using, or the old riffle design. But what I really like about it, David, can you zoom in on that? Is that I would classify this as a regenerative riffle. And what that means is that the riffle can be completely loaded with heavy black sands, magnetite, hematite, garnet sand, and the riffle will continue to catch fine gold. In other words, if this is completely loaded with black sands, the gold will continually, because there's always a good backing, always a lot of agitation behind it, and the gold will migrate down underneath the riffle and always work its way back. With a lot of the other recovery sluice boxes out there in the market, they use I only have a name for it. I call it a static riffle, where once it's loaded with black sand, it starts to lose gold, where a regenerative riffle will continue to catch gold. Alright, this gives you a little better view of the complete sluice box. And you'll notice that we have a nice lip edge here in the front, so the gold gets up into the riffle rather than gets piled up in the front here. We have a relatively nice tight seam here in the middle of the sluice box. And one thing I really like about the riffle design is that these riffle boards actually pull out. Now on the new one, we actually have a little button here in the back, and all I have to do is lift the mat up over the mat, kind of pops out, and then you put your hand in the sluice box, and you can typically slide your riffle boards out. And you can clean it up this way if you want to. Usually I just take the whole sluice box, tip it up, and take like a gold pan, throw water in it to do a cleanup. But it is nice to be able to remove them if you want to. And when they're new, everything's dry and tight and so on. But once it's in the water, everything is wet, and then it slides in and out easier. So to put the riffle board back in, it's just the exact opposite procedure. Just get it caught under your rear lip. Push it back, make sure you have a good tight fit here, and then just pop your tab down and you're ready to go. One other thing I like too is we have a nice strap system here which works real well. It works good when you have it in the fold-up configuration. You can help transport it like this if you like. Makes it nice and easy to carry. And you can keep it on when the sluice box, and you can throw this over your shoulder and carry it. And also, if you want it out of your way, you just simply unsnap it. So that's really nice. Makes it a lot easier just to take that off and set it off to the side. Alright, so I guess now I'll go ahead and show you how to put it together. It's pretty simple. You disconnect the little latch, like I said here before, so it's just not in your way when you're putting it together. You got a couple wing nuts on the outside here you have to take apart. Try not to lose the hardware. It's just standard hardware. It's quarter 20 nuts with a washer and like a cast wing nut. So the first thing you do is want to put on the flare. Now it sounds like a little bit of work to put the flare on, but in reality, when you get out to the field, you're going to leave it assembled pretty much the whole day. The only time you're really going to break it down again would be maybe when you put it back on your backpack and you want to transport the long distance. So when you put the flare in, it always goes on the inside. That's a common question I get. Okay, so then you put, we use either a flathead or a crosshead quarter 20 bolt. just a simple lock washer and a standard 1/4 20 wing nut. And this is a bit harder you can find anywhere if you lose it. Just try to find the better wing nuts like these because they're a little trickier to find. Most places will have those little Chinese cheap the stamped ones, which I never really cared for. So my technique is I always put my top two on first, and I usually swing it out over a table like this, and I'll drop my 3 bottom ones on, and the whole procedure doesn't take you more than a few minutes. Alright, I got the flare attached. Now I also reattached my little D-ring. You can put it here or here, they balance about the same. So I put my snap ring on. So now I'm going to go and unfold it. Real simple, unfold, real easy. And then what you do is you take you got a lower hole on the side, same hardware, same procedure. You got a wing nut, a flat washer and a wing nut. You tighten these up. You actually want to get these somewhat snug on the side, at least good and finger tight. You don't want the sluice box flexing on you. Okay, so now we're set. We've got a good, solid, working sluice box. So you can see it's pretty easy to put it together. It only took me, maybe 2 or 3 minutes to do the whole procedure. And it's a good, solid system. All right, so we got the sluice box all together. And just to give you another good shot of the box, it's a nice, solid, rigid box. It has a lot of capacity. You could probably run as much or more material than you can through a conventional A52 sluice box. And because it does use the standard flare that we have on it, I even have a conversion we converted into a 2-inch dredge, maybe possibly a 2.5 inch. I have a set of legs that with little modifications you can mount on here. And since this has the same configuration as an A52 sluice box, I can put a high banker hopper on it. So it's a very versatile fold-up sluice. And to tear it down, it's just real briefly, you simply remove these two nut and bolt or nut and wing nut assemblies. You remove the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nut and wing bolt assemblies. Fold this up, fold this back, and you have yourself a really nice compact system.